Welcome back to lesson 2 of the Minstrel Boy. Again, there's a link below where you can check out all the lessons of the workshop and get that sheet music that I've prepared for this workshop. As well, if you find these online video lessons helpful, let me know by subscribing. I have a lot of viewers out there who aren't subscribers, and make sure you subscribe because that helps me and helps the YouTube channel. Helps me keep getting lessons like this out there. So we're on lesson 2 here. Just a quick recap. Here's what we did in lesson 1. So we ended off lesson 1 on a low A. So I'll play the lesson 2 chunk from that low A. So that's the little lesson 2 chunk we're going to do. First we'll do notes, then we'll add in embellishments, and then we'll talk a little bit about timing. So first, just the notes, not worrying about any of the embellishments. From that low A, we're hopping up to a C. So pinky finger has to come down, middle 2 fingers come up on the bottom hand, top hand, all the fingers, and the thumb is on the back. It's not moving or changing around. If you're having trouble with hand placement, I got a great workshop which you can access in the link below, a beginner bagpiping workshop which is perfect if you just picked up the practice chanter. So check that out. So from low A up to C. From that C, we're going to go up to E, C to E. So a few fingers on the move here, but not too tough of a transition. Pinky finger on the bottom hand comes up. At the same time, that ring finger of the top hand comes up. And at the same time, those middle 2 fingers of the bottom hand are going to come down. So there's our transition from C up to E. So let me play what we have so far in this little lesson 2 chunk of music. And from there we go up to high A. So from E to high A. So we're on the E. The ring finger of the top hand is going to come down and cover the hole, but before it covers the hole, you don't want to get a crossing noise. Before it covers the hole, all the other fingers and the thumb of the top hand have to come off, then that ring finger comes down. From there, we're going to go high A to G, and then back to high A. So high A to G, thumb comes on, ring finger comes off, and then back to high A, thumb comes off, ring finger comes on. So let me play what we have so far. From there, from that second high A, we're going down to the F. So the thumb has to come on the chanter at the back, the top finger comes on, and that ring finger comes off. So here's what we got so far, then we'll be adding in those embellishments. One more time before we add in the doublings. So let's talk a little bit about doublings. From that low A up to the C, we have a doubling. So low A, we do the G grace note finger, top finger of the top hand lifts up. We transition to the C, then that top finger comes down. That's the first half of the doubling. Second half of the doubling, we're already on the C, so the second half of the doubling is just up and down with that top finger of the bottom hand. And we're just doing that once. and that's a D grace note. So the two grace notes that make up that C doubling is the G grace note and then the D grace note. So there's our C doubling. And then we have this high A doubling, half doubling, whatever you want to call it, from E. So we're just doing E to high A, and then very quickly that thumb is swiping across the hole. It can swipe up if you like, it can swipe down. Some people have an innie belly button, some people have an outie belly button, doesn't really matter, but it's doing a swiping motion, not an on-off motion. So it comes off and does a swipe right away. So thumb comes off, does a swipe. And remember that ring finger's coming down too. And then we do have one more doubling in this set, in this little lesson 2 chunk. And really this is a half doubling. So if the sheet music says otherwise, blame the composer. I just see, maybe I'll update it one day, but I might be too lazy. I've written as a full F doubling, which we can't do because we're on the high A. We can't get that first G grace note in. So it's just a half doubling. So we're on high A, we're going to go down to the F, and then up and down movement with that top finger. And that's all there is to that half doubling, so not too bad. So we'll talk a little bit about where those downbeats are in the second bar here. But before I do that, let me just play through a couple times nice and slow. And again, check out that link below, subscribe if you want to get more lessons up on YouTube, as well as check out all the lessons of this workshop, the links below, and anybody who subscribes, that really helps the channel. So thank you so much. So here's a couple times with embellishments, then we'll talk about rhythm. And then rhythm, let's talk a little bit about rhythm. So just looking at the second bar, again, a bar of music is between two vertical lines. So the second bar, we have a downbeat on that C, we have a downbeat on that E. So those first two notes of the bar each get a downbeat. So if you're drawing just a little pink or purple tick, green if you really want, but a little colored tick above the notes that get a downbeat, or more than one tick on notes that get more than one downbeat. But in this case, C gets a downbeat, the E gets a downbeat, and the third note, the A gets a downbeat, and the fourth note, the high G gets a downbeat. So that high G and the last high A, those two notes are eighth notes. They're half the length of a quarter note. So those two notes are going to be happening quicker, twice as fast as the first three notes of the bar. And that's what will give it the rhythm. So there it is with the tapping. I'll do that once more. And as you notice, I'm sneaking just a little bit of music theory in, but hopefully not enough to make you sweat bullets, but just a little bit to help you understand the sheet music that I've got in the link below. And we'll tackle that last little bit in the next lesson. Again, subscribe, check out the link below. I can't wait to see it in lesson 3. Until next time, keep on piping on.